All right, everybody, we are doing Strength 30, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. Let's get our strength done. We're going to be doing a combination of resistance band exercises and body weight exercises, and so we will be using both the long band and the loop resistance band. As always, if you don't have one of these, do the movements without, you will still benefit. So we're going to start from standing position, and we can just set the bands aside, especially the long one you're going to want to have close to the ground once we go there. But before, let's get started, and we're going to bring your feet a little wider than hip width apart, but not a full straddle. And let's just take a moment here as we get going to draw the shoulders back and then sweep the arms up high. Look up and stretch. And on your exhale, lower just the arms down. Once again, roll the shoulders back and then raise the arms up. Look up, full stretch. This time, take a forward fold, hands to the knees or the shins or the ankles dropping all the way down if it feels okay. And then rising up and arms up high. Lower the arms halfway down with the thumbs pointing up toward the ceiling. Draw the shoulder blades down the back and activate your arm muscles. Strongly rotate toward the right. And then once you've found your rotation, look around to the back hand. Turn back to center, rotate the other direction, find the full rotation, then continue the rotation by looking to the back hand. And then back to center. Reach the arms up and lengthen, stretch. Sweep the hands down to the knees, shins, or ankles, forward fold. Rising back up, arms up overhead. Palms face each other. Reach up high. Contract your leg muscles and then lean over to the right. Chin up away from the chest, you're looking forward. And rise back up. Lengthen and side bend left. Back to center and lower the arms down. Roll the shoulders. And this time, get some neck and head movements in there as well. So I like this feeling that I'm moving the shoulders in kind of opposite timing, kind of a churning type of motion. And I feel like I get a lot of really great range of motion happening in the shoulders. I kind of do this opposite timing. One shoulder goes, the other shoulder goes, head and neck moving. Find that freedom of movement. All right, very good. Now bring your feet close together and we're going to do a slow high knee. So we've done this sometimes just for balance exercise. So we're going to lift the right foot up, hold for an instant, and right back down. Left foot up, hold for an instant, and right back down. Now you can do a lower lift if you want to. Small lift is fine. Or a higher lift. But the key is that we're pausing each time. So getting a little bit of stimulation going, a little bit of balance warm up. So hold for an instant, hold, and down. Hold, and down. Couple more. Good. And release. Pick a foot up and give it a shake. Pick the other foot up and give it a shake. All right, very good. Our next exercise is going to be a body weight strengthening exercise involving getting down on the floor and back up. So as always, modify this if you need to. And one of the most important modifications for you might just be to slow this down. So slow it down as much as you need to. We're going to come to the ground and you're going to sit with your legs off to one side like this. So you want to make sure the knees, ankles, and hips are happy with this. I'm sitting here, now I'm going to shift to the other side. So my hips lift, now my legs are to the other side. Now let's just do this a couple of times. This isn't the whole movement, but just do this a couple of times. And you might find this difficult, you might find this easy. If you find it easy, try to use less of your hands. So maybe just a light push of the hands. If this is pretty hard for you, or your knees aren't too happy, then use a lot more of your hands. And if your knees don't want to bend the whole way, then keep your bottom up away from the ground. Go like this. Okay? Now, come up to standing. All the way up, reach the arms up high. Lower down, come back down onto the floor. From squatting or however you want to get there, back to the same position. Legs to one side, flip it to the other side. And then flip and flip. Now come back up to standing. Try to use the other leg to come up first. Other leg up to standing, reach up high. Lower down, all the way to the floor. Same move. One side, the other side, one more time. It starts getting a little easier. The joints get warmed up. Come on up to standing. Reach the arms up high. Last time, down. One side, other side. Once more. Use the other leg, the leg you're not used to come on up to standing. Reach the arms up high. Lower just the arms down. All right, everybody, great. Let's come back down to the floor and grab that long band. As I mentioned in the email, we're going to be doing several single leg exercises. So we're going to start with simple leg presses. So the band will go around 1 foot, and then you'll lie on the floor. Now, these 3 exercises all have 3 different arm positions. So this first one, the elbows are on the ground. It looks like this, and you're holding on to the band. Now, you're going to bend the knee, and the leg is going to press straight forward, not toward the ceiling. Now, if that's not enough resistance, just walk the hands toward the foot, anchor the elbows, press, and the knee comes back in. Now, make sure you have enough resistance, and we are going to do several repetitions here. One thing you really need to watch for is the hands are going to tend to start coming forward. So a beautiful thing about these 3 exercises is that we're getting a lot of arm strength and stabilization while we do the single leg exercise. So you want to really hold the hands still. Don't let them come forward as the leg presses forward. If you're not getting enough resistance, walk those hands in just a little. Your legs have quite a lot of strength here, so you're going to want your heaviest band. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. Your heaviest band, and make sure you're getting that full resistance. You can always do the number of repetitions that you need. I'm going to get in 5 more. Good. Switch the other foot into the band whenever you're ready to switch. Whenever you're ready, get right to it. As I mentioned, this is a very strong exercise, so you're using your most powerful muscles, so you do need plenty of resistance with that band. But as I said, if it doesn't feel like it's quite hard enough, then usually just more repetitions solves that problem. Just try to get yourself about 5 or 7 more toward the end. You can always go a little longer than I am if you need to. And I'm going to go for 5 more. Good. All right. Now, this next one, the band comes over the tops of the toes, and it's likely you're going to want to rock up to get this in position. The band literally goes over the top of the toes, not around the bottom of the foot. That is an important position to get. So as I come up, the band covers my toes. Now from here, the band or your arms come all the way down to the ground. The arms are straight this time, not bent. So again, the arms are going to be in a different position every time. So notice the start position. My knee is bent. My arms are on the ground. Now I kick up and slowly control down. I'm going to give myself just a little more resistance. Kick up and slowly down. So you can easily tell the resistance as you kick up, but you also want to resist going down. It would be easy just to let the leg fall down. Instead, control the movement down. Power it up, control it down. Not using as strong of a muscles on this one. I can already start to feel a burn here. That's what we want. I'm going to go for 5 more. Oh, goodness, that's great. Okay, switch the other side. Make sure you get it all the way around the toes. And then again, the knee starts bent, arms lengthened down on the ground, and then when you're ready, kick up and control down. Now I'm really trying to keep the shoulder blades down into the ground and my forearms down into the ground. Here you can tell that the leg kick up is going to tend to pull the arms off the ground if you don't resist against that. So man, are the arms getting a great workout here, even though that's not even what we're working on. Try to have your band at the right length if you can so you get full range of motion. Trying to make that leg go all the way straight. Getting a good burn here. 5 more. Good, and release. Okay, next one. The band goes underneath the foot for this one, not around the toes. And the arm stabilization is even more important on this one. The arms go straight up above the shoulders in this position here. So you want to keep your arms from coming forward. You could even pull the arms back maybe more over your head like this if you want to. The left leg can be straight. You're going to bend the right knee. So now the resistance is as you pull down and then resist as you come up. I'm going to walk the hands in toward the foot to give myself more resistance. Curl down and press up. Now you could even wrap the band around your hands. I'm going to try that just to help with the grip. Holding those arms very stationary is stabilizing the shoulder joint. Now, the other little trick that tends to happen is if the knee comes toward your belly as you bend, then that's also going to reduce the resistance. So try to keep the legs straight up and then bend straight down from there. Not letting the knee come toward your chin. If it starts feeling too easy, just pull those hands back towards your face a little more. I'm going to go for 5 more. You get the number that you need. Okay, great. Switch feet when you're ready. I'm going to reset my band. It got all bunched up. So if you have to do that too, that might happen. I want to have the width of the band all the way on the foot as much as possible. Give my arms a little bit of a break too. They definitely are getting a workout. Okay, when you're ready, go ahead. Now make sure that you've drawn those shoulder blades down the back. It's easy to let the shoulders kind of relax and not be a part of this. But I feel like I'm really drawing the shoulder blades down and pinning the shoulder blades into the floor. I'm going to go for 5 more. All right. Let's take a rest. And we're going to go through those 3 again. We're going to clip through them a little faster pace this time. Not that we need to rush the exercise, but I'm just going to do 20 reps of each one, and we're just going to go right into it to get this done. So we start back with those leg presses. This is the one where the elbows are bent, elbows down on the ground. When you do that horizontal kick, let's go. I'm counting out 20. And we're halfway done. And switch feet. Right into it. 20. Halfway. Good. Next one, band goes around the toes. And this is the one where the arms are down all the way on the ground. You start with the knee bent. Your left leg will need to be straight so it's out of the way. And we kick up and down. We're doing 20. Halfway. And switch feet. Hooking around the toes. Arms on the ground. Kicking up. 20. Good. Last one. Band goes back around the right foot. Arms are straight up above the shoulders. Leg bends. Resistance happens when you bend the foot down this time. 20. Halfway. And switch feet. 20. Halfway. Good. And whenever you're done, set that band off to the side. Roll yourself up. All right, everybody, fantastic. Come on up to standing. And we'll shake out the arms. Excellent. Man, I tell you, arms got to work out there, even though that was a single leg series of exercises. So good for us. Okay, grab that loop resistance band if you have it. And if you don't, you're going to just do the movement without. Band is going to go around the ankles. We're going to do our standard lateral steps. Just a quick quick reminder. Feet stay parallel to each other. We lead the steps with the heels. Go ahead. Keep a little bend in the knees and the hips. So you're not standing straight up and down, but you're also not really squatting down either. It's just a subtle bend of the knees and the hips. Feel like you're kicking out with your heels each time. That, in effect, keeps the feet parallel to each other. At least, I'm speaking for myself there. That's at least what I feel. If I lead with the heel, then I look at my feet and it's like they're perfectly parallel. If I don't think about leading with the heel, then I end up leading with the toes, like this. Now, we wouldn't necessarily think of this as a single leg exercise because obviously we're using both legs, but it actually is a single leg because you're using one leg at a time. Because one foot lifts off the ground, then the other foot has to do the work. Let's take a brief rest. We're going to do one more set right away here. Good. Check the alignment of your feet. Begin when you're ready. If you find that you're dragging your feet, get a lighter band or no band at all and focus on getting the feet up off the ground. You could even exaggerate it a little. Lift the feet, lift the feet, lift the feet. Dragging your feet might not be an issue for you. Let's make sure that stays not an issue. If it is happening for you, then we want to correct that. We want to get stronger. And the foot dragging happens at the hips, primarily. Last time. All right, good. Good burn there. Let's get that band off and walk it out, move it around. If we did that right, walking may feel just a little wobbly. All right, this next exercise, we're going to do first holding on to the wall. So find wall space or the top of a chair. And the reason we're using the wall is because we want to focus on the strength, not on the balance. So it's a very simple exercise, single leg. You're going to lift one foot off the ground. You're going to keep that foot lifted. The support leg bends. You're going to feel the hip move back slightly. It might only be a 2 or 3 inch bend of the knee. Then you straighten the leg and the other knee comes up into a knee kicking action. Bend the support leg, kick back, and straighten the support leg, come up. Bend, kick, bend, kick. You should feel a lot happening in that support leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch legs. Bend, straighten. Now, especially at first, if it's a very small move, just a couple of inches of bend, that's fine. If you're having any kind of knee pain, do a smaller movement. You should feel the weight mostly in the heel as the opposite leg, the lifted leg goes back. I feel the weight in my heel, then I drive it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Shake it off. Quick note here. A single leg exercise, as good as they are, if you have knee issues, you could be experiencing a little bit of pain in the kneecap or anywhere in the knee, really. If that is the case for you, what I want you to do is try to modify the exercise by not letting the knee come forward. You won't get quite the benefit we're looking for, but at least you can do the exercise. So that would look like this. I'm bending the knee, or the top leg lifts, but notice this lifted leg, the knee isn't bending as much. I can still get most of the exercise. So it's like you kind of keep the knee pulled back a little rather than letting it bend forward. So if you need that modification, do it. Otherwise, just let that knee bend forward. Let's do 10 of each. Ready? Begin. 10. Nice and powerful. Halfway. Good. Switch. 10. And rest. So good, everyone. Okay, now this next one, if you're able to do this without holding on, then we will do it in the middle of the room. But if the balance is ever an issue, do go ahead and try to hold on to the wall or the chair. That'll be a little tricky because we need a little more space, but make sure you're safe. Here's how this one works. We have a standing leg. The opposite leg is going to go behind and across. It feels like a little bit of a curtsy type of step. So both knees bend and then attempting in one step to return back. Now, if you need this easier, do a small step, both knees bend and return. If you want it harder, step back further, get lower, and step back, which I didn't quite do that time. Okay, here we go, curtsy step. You're switching each time. So gauge how deep you're stepping or how far across based on whether you can return back in one step. If you cannot, make your steps smaller. If you feel like this isn't hard enough, step back further, bend deeper, power yourself up. If you need to turn the foot a little to help your joints, that is okay. You could turn the foot to the inside slightly, will help if you need that for a little less torque on the joints. Just let the toe turn to the inside, or the whole foot really to the inside. I'm kind of shifting my heel out a little just to give my knees and ankles a little bit more space. Couple more. Excellent. Okay, shake it out. One more of those, and then we're done. Here we go. So we're going to do 10 total. That'll be 10 to each side. Ready? Begin. That's one. Take your time. I was rushing just a little bit there. I'm going to slow down just a little. It's going to allow us to get a little more knee bend if we're able to. Sometimes the balance doesn't quite work out. All right, two left. All right. Whew. Good job, everybody. Shake out those legs. Bring your feet just a little wider than hip width apart. Long, deep breath. Reach your arms behind as you squat down. Power yourself up, arms overhead, look up. Go down, push up. Go down, push up. Couple more. And rest the arms down. We're going to do one more of those just to finish up here. One thing I notice is a tendency for the chest to drop down lower than the hips like this. So we get more benefit, more leg work when we drop the pelvis down. Notice how there's an upward angle of my spine here. I'm still sinking down low. My chest is still facing toward the ground. I'm not all the way vertical, but I'm not letting the chest go lower than the hips, okay? Here we go, arms up, squat down. So you're kind of looking out ahead more so than straight to the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Power it up and release the arms down. Roll the shoulders. All right, everybody. Great strength work today. That got a lot of good things done for us, and I hope you enjoyed it. We got a lot done. I'll see you next time, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and bye.